Okay, we are back with part 2, what to expect wedding venue shopping. I know this is kind of all over the place, but that's just kind of how my mind operates. So I'm going to try to get through everything. And this was just kind of my rationale when wedding venue shopping. And if you have any questions, please comment them. Okay, definitely ask about the menu. And this might sound a little bit silly, but ask about premium charges for certain types of meats. You will be surprised. I know my fiance and I went to a couple of venues and they upcharged for certain types of meats that I always thought were basically standard. So that might just be an additional cost as to what you thought was like their flat rate for their price per plate. That might go up if you decide to include like a sirloin or a strip steak or whatever. Make sure that open bar is included. Some places that I know that I also looked at that were super expensive, you would just assume that it is open bar, food is included. That might not be the case. You might just be paying for the venue. So make sure that open bar is included. Make sure you don't have to bring your own alcohol, all of that. If there is open bar, ask about the type of liquor, ask if there is wine, if you're able to have any say into signature cocktails, things like that. Vendors are a huge thing that I don't think people realize not always come with your wedding venue, but your venues have preferred vendors. This did not happen to myself, but I have heard that there are venues out there that only allow you to use their vendors. This means anything from your photographer, videographer, DJ, things like that. If you are set on a certain photographer and they don't allow it, might be something you want to consider. Also, ask about preferred vendors. Sometimes they do have preferred vendors that they work with. These vendors probably work at the venue all the time, so they're super familiar with the space. And a lot of times they give discounts on their price per plate. And this is a heads up for people that didn't realize you do have to feed your vendors. So if you're gonna have 2 photographers, 2 videographers, make sure that you're thinking about them in terms of your price. This was super big for me and my fiance. Ask them how many weddings they have a day. I know there were a couple that I had gone to that have multiple a day. Our venue actually has 3 a day, but they are super spread out across the property. Make sure that you're asking that these weddings are completely separate. You don't want grandma walking into the wedding next door. Make sure you're not sharing a bathroom or you're not sharing a cocktail space or things like that if you don't want there to be 2 brides in a space at once. I know that can be kind of awkward. Ask them if there are any hidden fees. You know, you see the flat price per plate or whatever other fees up front. Ask them about cleaning, setup, bridal assistants, wedding coordinators, stuff like that. A lot of times they will have a wedding coordinator or a bridal assistant. Sometimes it comes at an additional charge. And usually it's like 25% down, I think, and then another 25, another 25, and then right before your wedding, it's about 50. But this can vary, and sometimes venues will put you on payment plans. Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. Part 3 is coming up.